Imagine this. You walk into your bank, the place where your hard-earned money is supposed to be safe, only to be met with smirks, insults, and a frozen account. No access to your savings, no help, and whispers that maybe your foreign-sounding last name makes you less worthy of respect. What do? Cry, beg? No, you burn the whole house down without ever striking a single match. If you've ever wanted to see a smug institution get exactly what it deserves, this story is for you. Hit that like button, subscribe for more satisfying revenge tales, and buckle up because this one is pure gold. The setup. Trust betrayed for some reason. God knows why. Thought I'd trust a tiny local credit union with my savings. It wasn't a flashy bank, just one of those community-first places with posters about trust and loyalty plastered on the walls. I figured, hey, small bank, friendly service, right? Wrong. The first crack showed when my debit card randomly stopped working at the ATM. I stood there, confused, people waiting behind me, the machine spitting out a denial slip, like I was broke. My face burned with embarrassment, so I went inside, explained the situation, and a clerk casually handed me a code. "Just use this next time," she said. Apparently, this was some feature that let you withdraw cash directly without the card. No special treatment, just another quirk of their system. It felt odd, but whatever. Problem solved, or so I thought. The conflict escalates a few days later. I noticed something off. My account looked strange. Not overdrafted, but frozen. Like the money was there, but untouchable. I called customer support. The woman on the other end sounded annoyed, like I'd interrupted her spa day. "Oh, your account's flagged for review," she said, her tone dripping with condescension. "For what?" I asked. "An accounting error. Nothing serious. Just wait it out. Wait it out. Excuse me. This was my money. My rent. My groceries. My life." Days turned into weeks. Every time I called, I was met with sarcasm. "Maybe you should have managed your balance better. Are you sure you understand how our system works?" One even snickered and muttered something about my last name foreign, unusual, apparently amusing to them. That was the moment it hit me. This wasn't just incompetence. This was disrespect. And nothing infuriates me more than being disrespected. Breaking point, 1 month. That's how long they held my money hostage. No explanation, no urgency, no humanity. I vented to my family back home, my younger cousin, barely out of college. Listened patiently. Then, with a mischievous grin, he said, "Why don't you fight fire with fire? You know, internet style." That's when he told me about a little-known Russian service. Dirt cheap. Pays random people a few rubles literal cents to post whatever you want, wherever you want, using American-looking profiles. $3, that's all it would cost to unleash a social media storm. I stared at my frozen bank balance on the screen, fists clenched, and thought, this is war. Revenge planning. That night, I drafted a message. Nothing over the top, just a simple complaint about how the bank freezes funds, treats customers like trash, and discriminates. I plugged it into the service, selected US-based profiles, and hit confirm. The website spun like a slot machine, and within minutes, boom, the posts started appearing. Dozens, then hundreds. Fake Americans, fake locals, all storming the credit union's Facebook page, Twitter feed, Yelp reviews, comment after comment, complaint after complaint. It was chaos and it was beautiful. The execution by morning, their entire online presence was on fire. Negative reviews piled up like a mountain of trash. Their Facebook page flooded with angry customers who didn't exist. Twitter, a nightmare of hashtags and angry threads. I sipped my coffee and watched it unfold, grinning like a maniac. For $3, I had turned their carefully polished community image into a dumpster fire, and the best part, there was no way they could trace it back to me. That same afternoon, my phone rang. Not a clerk, not a customer service drone. The call center manager, his tone was suddenly sugar-sweet, like honey poured over broken glass. "Sir," he began, "we understand your frustration, and we want to make this right immediately. Your funds will be transferred to any bank of your choosing today. Plus, we're adding $50 as a gesture of goodwill." I almost laughed out loud. A month of stonewalling me, treating me like dirt, and suddenly I was a VIP. Why? Because their reputation was bleeding out online, and they were desperate for the bleeding to stop. "Fine," I said coolly. "Transfer it." Within hours, the money appeared in my new account. Free, clear, mine again, and that was that. My revenge had worked flawlessly. The aftermath. Of course, the Russian bots didn't magically vanish after my issue was solved. The posts kept spreading, multiplying like wildfire. Did I care? Not even a little. That was the credit union's problem now. Maybe next time they'd think twice before mocking someone's last name, before freezing someone's life savings just because of an error. Climactic revenge payoff. Emotional release. I can't describe the satisfaction. After weeks of helplessness, of being treated like I was less than human, the tables had turned. They begged me. They compensated me. They scrambled because of me. Justice wasn't handed to me, but took it. And it tasted better than anything money could buy. Reflective wrap-up. The moral: never underestimate someone just because you think they're powerless. Even the smallest customer can bring down a giant when pushed to the edge. Karma has a funny way of balancing the scales, and sometimes karma costs just $3 call to action. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button and subscribe for more real-life revenge tales. And I want to hear from you. What is the most satisfying revenge you've ever seen or pulled off? Drop it in the comments aisle. Be reading until next time. Remember, justice doesn't wait. Sometimes you have to create it yourself.